Have you ever enjoyed chirping of the birds in the morning? I have enjoyed because in our village there was no hustling and bustling of the travels, traffics, etc. And that's why in the early morning, every day, I used to hear and enjoy the chirping of the birds. But can you tell that why those birds are energetic in the morning? So happy that they sing a song just like the chirping with a melodious voice. It's because the entire night they took rest. And a similar chirping you can observe that in the dusk. So in the dawn they chirp, and in the dusk they chirp. And in between, in the daytime, they travel for hunting, they travel for the food. And after taking the bellyful of the food, they rest in the night. And it is the natural cycle. So, except the nocturnal animals and the birds, it's quite natural to sleep in the night. Man, being an animal, the natural tendency is always to take rest. But because of the industry, because of some manufacturing plant working and keeping intact the production rate, sometimes we are compelled to do the night shift jobs also. And sometimes because of the exigency, because of the necessity of the plant to maintain the machine properly, we need to work day and night sometimes. But after working the longer hours, if you feel tired, who to blame? At one point, you will observe that your brain is not working, your body is not also working, and you will become very much sluggish. What's the point of continuing this work? What I meant to say, my dear friend, that just as work is important, the rest is also important. Otherwise, just it is for the sake of the continuation. But there won't be any productivity. Even if you are completing the job, there are chances that it will be total failure. It happens. A couple of times I observed some of the engineers who seems to be very much aggressive, and they compel the people to do assemble the gearbox, and so that they can start the plant at once in no time. But after assembly, when the plant started, we found that in no time the fumes came out from the gearboxes and it was a total failure. I'm not blaming the good intention of any one person's. Intention, of course, good, but during the compulsion, what happens? A mistake unknowingly we may do because our brain is not working properly, because we didn't have the proper rest. And for perfect the productivity and the perfections of the job in a very good guaranteed way, it is necessary for the human being to take rest. And the person who know the necessity of taking rest, he never fell ill because he know where to maintain the balance and where to make the break. If you do not break when you do not want to continue to advance, in such cases you are very much prone to break. That means broken down, and that is not the desirable way. So we need to understand in our mind that rest is equally important as it is the work. Otherwise, it will be a violation for the safety. Because for the prolonged work, if you do not take rest, your body will not permit, and you will be mentally also become very much disturbed because of continuous monotonous work and sometimes because of the coercions, compulsions. But it is better to take rest proper way. I've observed during the project executions, for meeting the timeline, there are some people who generally take only 4 hours of sleep. Okay, for the young age, it can be tolerable. But as you are growing up to the middle age and after 40, 45, it's very difficult to maintain. Even if you are sustaining, unknowingly you will find that many diseases are getting developed inside your body because body needs rest. And that during rest time, in your subconscious mind, some activities are going on. The maintenance of the body. In a machine, judiciously we take the preventive maintenance, or sometimes we can do the reactive maintenance or the breakdown maintenance. But if we do not take rest, how this body, the most of the organs work autonomous way inside our body, can do take rest? There is no other way. That's why judiciously you need to take a decision that work is as important as taking rest. Because if you take rest, then only you can guarantee that your work will be flawless. Your work will be much more productive. So don't be in these illusions that continuous working and working will give you some good result. Unknowingly, you will keeping your body hurt. A very wise person sometimes said to me when I was young in the industry, he said that during the young age, we chase for the money, neglecting our health. And when we are going to retire from the life, we have enough money and we want to get back the previous life of the fitness. And we spend money like water flow. But even then, we cannot retain to gain our younger age health, perfect health. So, my dear friend, don't ignore your health. Take rest to become more productive in your work. And all this in a balanced way. If you do, there is guarantee that you will be riding high, despite of all obstacles. Isn't it? Thank you.